Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Jay Wall. We got some community day builds. I'm gonna hook y'all up with some of the best point guard builds, whether it's tall, small, no matter what you want, what you're looking for, you're definitely gonna find it in this video. Make sure you guys drop a like, sub, turn on post notifications. It's all very much appreciated. So the build that every creator has been dropping from community today is this 5'9" point guard build with a 99.3, a 99 steal, but this build has already been packed up. Zach Timmerman tweeted today that this build has been reworked a little bit, so it's not gonna look like this in the final builder. So I just want to let you guys know that if you see any YouTubers dropping this, do not make this build because it won't look like this when we get the actual game. So just a heads up. Also, it is pretty crazy that people went to community day and spent their hard-earned time making these builds, and then 2K just randomly patches them before the game even comes out. So that's pretty insane. But anyway, let's get into the best builds I saw today. So the first guard build I really liked was a 6'3" build that I believe was from grinding. It has a 94 three-pointer, a 93 dunk, so you're getting contact dunks. It also has a 93 ball handle, which pretty much allows you to lock every dribble move except for that Steve Francis escape, which we don't even really know if that will be a good dribble move. We'll see. It also has a 91 steal, so you can go ahead and get those gold steal badges, and you also get an 85 perimeter, which is pretty solid. And then it looks like he upgraded the interior in defense just for, defensive rebound, just for park, which, you know, if you want to use this in park, that would be smart. But also, if you're just going to use this in rec and kind of have a lockdown guard ball, you don't really have to upgrade, you know, block, interior, or defensive board. But this is a really solid park build, and I actually do really like it. So definitely check this one out. I don't think you should obviously just make the build, but use these all as templates. So let's get into the bigger guard build. So this build right here is a 6'6" build. Obviously 6'6" builds are not going to hit like they did last year. There's just absolutely no way. But this is a good little template build to start with if you did want to be 6'6". You get a 93 dunk, a 93 three-pointer, you get a 86 ball handle, you have a decent perimeter defense. Also, you get a 79 steal, which gives you silver glove. I was wondering why all the creators were putting it on 79, but I guess that gives you silver glove, so that's interesting. You also get a 68 block, so you could kind of play twos with this build and be decent enough to get some stops. And then you also get a good speed and agility. So this is a pretty decent build. I do like this one, but it definitely needs some tweaks. So it's a good little starter template build for you to look at if you're looking at making a 6'6". Now, if you're like me and you like really big guards and you want to dominate that twos court, this is the build right here. I really like this as a template starter build. Not this exact build. It does need some tweaks, but he's on to something with this. So this is a 6'8" build. You get an 86 ball handle, which is +1 more than we had last year on a 6'8". You also get a 75 speed with ball. So that ball handle, there's going to be a lot of signature styles that you can unlock with that. So you'll definitely be able to do something with this build. And then if you look at this build compared to all the other guard builds that I posted, you get way more defense on this build, and you have just way more room for improvement on this build. Like, you could do so much with this. You could just have perimeter and steal and get rid of the block and all that, or you can keep the block like he did, keep the interior, and you also can put your rebound up one more right here and get rebound chaser on bronze. And then you have this really good mid-range rating, so you're going to be really tough to stop in the mid-range if you want to just fade on the twos or use the fade to go into a dunk if they're guarding your fade. You also have a pretty decent three, an 83 You got good pass accuracy. Like, this is a solid build. I'll definitely tweak this myself to make it how I like it and how I like to play. But this is a solid build for the twos, and I feel like if you come out here on the twos with this and you're relatively skilled, people are going to have a real hard time dealing with you. Also, don't forget we get cap breakers. So imagine this build with 10 to 15 extra cap breakers and see what you can do. You can see the dunk is not all the way maxed out. The pass accuracy is not all the way maxed out. The perimeter, the steal. So that leaves a lot of room on this build for it to get better, and I feel like it will be a really good first build until we figure out what the actual meta is of the game, because no one really knows. All the YouTubers, content creators, are all just guessing what the meta is going to be. No one knows, but off rip, this will be a really solid build. Also, we get those +1 extra badges, so we get 2 of those per season. I believe one at level 15 and one at level 30. Don't quote me on that. So one of them you could put on your block, and you could have like gold high flying denier. So you would have gold in that, so you're just going to be sending hella shots. And then you could also put another one on your midi and get Hall of Fame shifty shooter, or you could put it on your dunk and get gold posterizer, or you could put it on your three-pointer and you could get silver limitless. So again, this build is really crazy. Definitely needs some tweaks though, but it is a really good build. Now let's get into like a park popper build. This would play like the 3 in park. Now obviously this build definitely needs some tweaks. right? I understand that the dunking is atrocious, but I do see that they nerfed poppers really bad. And some of those super low driving stats that you guys see, those are like stats that 2K is just making you put up when you upgrade other stats. So I know that does look pretty horrible, but that's just what they're doing. So, but you can see the 6/8s do have some potential. Like on defense, you have that 92 perimeter, 94 steal, 84 block. You have a high rebound and a decent interior. So like on defense, you would be really good at the 3 spot with this. In park, obviously, not in rec. So this will be a really good, like, kind of, you know, popper lockdown build, not pure lock, but just, you know, a good 3, a switchable 3. So I really do like this build for that. It does need, like, again, some revising. I'm not too happy with everything. I definitely would lower a few things and, you know, move some things around just so it gets a little bit more balance. But this is definitely, you know, something decent. Again, guys, I'm not telling you to go out here and make these exact builds, because I'm not making any of these exact builds. Definitely tweak it to your playstyle, figure out what animations you want, make sure you have the badges that you want, you know, figure out just everything that you need for your playstyle. These are just some builds to help you, kind of like a template build to kind of understand what things are looking like. Here's a 7-1 center build. This would be a cool for like a pro-am popper, like a rec popper. You have a 90 stand-in dunk, you got a decent 3, you have a decent, really good pass accuracy actually, so you can really launch it down the court with that. You have a good block, a good interior, and you also have a good offensive and defensive rebound, and your strength is really good. Also with that kind of vertical on a 7-1. Also, again, guys, remember we get the cap breaker, so you get another plus 15 points to this, assuming you hit, like, you know, the top rep. So I would at least jot yourself down for at least 5, hopefully. So, you know, worst case, you get 5 extra. You could put them on your block, or you could, you know, put it somewhere else and put it on your rebound, have your rebound 99. So it really depends. This is definitely a solid template to use kind of for like a pro-am or rec center build. Now, one thing I can say about today is all the lockdowns I saw look horrible. Like all the actual pure locks that are going to guard ball that have to go out there and get like a 99 or a 96 steal, they all look terrible. Like they look even worse than that popper build I showed. Like they got nerfed down even worse than that. Like obviously, yeah, you can make a lock with like a 94 steal, 95, 96 steal, and like a, you know, 92 perimeter, but I mean like a real lock with like 99 on both categories, you really don't have a lot to work with there. So unless someone figures out like an attribute that doesn't matter, it's definitely going to be tough to be like a lock with 99 steal, 99 perimeter, be able to rebound and block shots. Like that is really looking tough. So I'm not even going to post a lock build until I actually get the game, and I'll show you guys the best lock build that I found, because right now the lock builds at Community Day look like absolute trash, so I don't think I'll be posting those at all. If you stayed to this point in the video, I do want to give you a gem. This is a chart from Laker Fan where he showed the best value ratings, and I do agree with this chart. I went and looked at all of the ratings that he has on here. So these are kind of like the best bang for your buck ratings that you can get. You know, if you are looking for that middle ground, these are a really good bang for your buck. So obviously you don't have to make it to this number, but this would be like, if you could make to this number, it would be super solid on a lot of these. So definitely keep this in mind when you're making your builds. Check out these numbers, check out what they're for, and it'll definitely help improve your build. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow at 10:45 in the morning, we do have the city reveal. I'm really hoping we get something cool tomorrow. I really don't want to be let down, because honestly, the game's looking solid right now. I'm definitely feeling a lot better about the game than I was about a month ago. So hopefully, you know, they get us right with this city reveal, man. So I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out, bro.